Started from a DM, now she wanna see him. If you wanna link, baby, gotta be the weekend. Just follow me.
Alright, so I am back. I was gonna re-record part 1 because of sound issues, but at the same time, hey, growing pains, right? So we're gonna let those go. I do have my microphone placed in a better spot this time, so you should get a better sound of everything. And if you don't, I can always just pull it in and talk like this. It's completely unnecessary, I know. But I kind of like the fact that I have this type of microphone. All I got to do now is make sure I get a webcam that is good enough to pair with it. So, we left off on this Joyner Lucas recap or reaction or whatever you wish to call it on track number 4. So track number 5 is which is where we're going to pick up is another skit. It's the first skit other than the opening one. I consider it an opener, an intro, but he has it down as a skit. Then is the number 2 is the intro song because Joyner does what he wants to, I guess. So this one, number 5 on the album, is just called Chris. It's basically Smokey telling Joyner to get it together and get on his album stuff. Let's take a listen.
Hey man, what up, man? Joyner, man, what's happening, man? Look, man, let me just let you know, man, you're taking too goddamn long with this album, man. And I don't want to hear about that ADHD shit. My mama got ADHD too, my nigga.
This skit is how I felt about the album, to be honest, alright? He was taking forever. I wasn't sure the album was coming out. And he stayed talking about having this ADHD. And I was just like, bro, drop the album. You stay dropping videos, and like every song you drop the video for is on this album. Like I don't know.
That is no damn excuse to be lazy. My great grandmama had ADHD, and so did my granddad. All you need to do, man, smoke a little weed, man.
That's funny to me because there's this whole thing about the fact that Chris Tucker doesn't want to do Last Friday, or didn't want to do Last Friday, the Final Friday movie in the franchise, because he didn't want to portray Smokey because he wasn't in that lifestyle anymore. But then, unless this is just a sound alike, which is possible, he's on the Joyner album talking about Joyner needs to smoke a little weed. So, we gonna see about that.
Your mind right. Get all these goddamn people waiting on you. Man, I thought you supposed to drop that damn album 2 years ago, man. I done shot 10 goddamn movies and your shit still ain't dropped yet, man. You been milking the fuck out of that album cover, man. Way too.
I agree with that part too. It's funny that Joyner put these in here, and it's his stuff, but it's hysterical because I'm like, yo, the album cover has been done to death. First of all, I put the album cover on the front of the first video. Might not put it on this one. I don't think I'm gonna have it up there. But it's basically just his face superimposed on his own hands as he covers his face in that manner. It's a really unique idea, and it's crazy because when you look at the neck, you can tell that's his neck. It's not his arms, so it's like they superimposed his face on his hands on top of superimposing his hands onto his face. It's kind of remarkable when you think about it.
I hope this news is good because if not, I'm behind this. Every time I go on YouTube, get a new video of you throwing a pity party because you got ADHD. Fuck your pity party, man. Who fucking who, man? Stop crying. Smoke the weed and drop this damn album already. Goddamn, we waiting. Bye.
I don't think that's the sound like. I think that's Chris Tucker, but I don't feel like looking it up, to be honest. I'll probably look it up after I've recorded this. I might drop it into the comments, into the description. I might not. Somebody's probably just gonna drop the comment and be like, "Yeah, man, look, it's right here on the back of the." And I'll appreciate that. I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. I'll appreciate all feedback, positive and negative. So this is track number 6. It's called "I Love," and you know what? I listened to the song a couple of times, and I'm not really sure what he was going for with it. It's obvious he's kind of just talking about, you know, his life. Like, a lot of this is him talking about his life, but it's obvious he's just talking about it in this general manner. He's like, yo, this is the shit I love. You feel me? So let's listen to it. Maybe y'all catch something from it. I don't really get the full feel for this song. It's not one of my favorites on the album. In my opinion, it is one of the weakest songs on the album. But like I said, I wouldn't give any song on this album less than a 3.5 anyway. But this is definitely one of the ones getting a 3.5 stars out of 5. So let's listen to it real quick.
Get away from me. If I was you, I'd watch what you say to me. Snakes on my bed, wanna lay with me. Same old motherfucker game, why you play with me? Don't play with me, that's the only thing I love. I love, 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 love. I love, I love, 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 love. I love, I love, 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 love. I love, don't play with me, that's the only thing.
It's off back, right? My issue with it is I like the hook, I like the beat, but he goes into the hook with like no explanation behind it at all. So he's sitting there telling you what he loved without ever saying what he loved. He just kind of went into it. So it's wild to me. It's a no description song, like makes no sense. He just went into it. Now, like I said, I actually like the hook. I like the beat. I like the feel, but the way it just goes into itself with no script, no real introduction into the song, it's bothersome to me. And I feel like the song suffers because of that just a little bit.
I love, I love, 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 love. I love, I love, 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 love. I love, I love, 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 love. I love it when they count me out. I'm a soldier. Love when they think I ain't cool, cause I'm sober. We used to live when we was down, we was closer. But I stopped loving ever since I got fucked over. Hold on, call me, I don't know you. You gotta keep that same energy.
Now his flow through the whole song is solid, right? It seems that what he's talking about on this listen through, I got a little better here on it, but it seems like all he's really saying is like, yo, I keep working, and how y'all feel about it. Basically, the haters, you know, people like, I love my haters. This is him saying the same thing in his own way, but it ain't just that. It's like he loves the struggle that he goes through. He lives for that. That's what he's doing.
I'm not a regular entity. I'm not your friend, I'm your enemy. I don't know what's gotten into me lately. I'm just feeling finicky lately. I just want the cake and the greatest amenities. Lately, I ain't got no sympathy. Aim at the industry. This ain't the way that they pushing me. Get your identity. I guess I'm lining them up. I keep my knot in the drum. All the young niggas gon' bleed. Guess it's that time of the month.
Now that's just a nice. That's not a hard bar. Like a lot of people probably say that's a hard bar. That's a nice soft bar. All you niggas gonna bleed. You know, call it the time of the month. That's a nice solid bar. It is. It's not the hardest bar he could have came up with. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't believe Joyner got a 9. Like, he put it in his music, but I felt like Joyner might have some hands. Like, he didn't throw them with you, but I don't see Joyner shooting nobody. Now I see Joyner being around people who would shoot somebody, but I don't see that being in that man.
They said I'd never be none. They said I'd never be rich. They said I'd never be anything. I told them, get off my dick. Get away from me. If I was you, I'd watch what you say to me. Snakes on my bed, wanna lay with me. Same old motherfucker game, why you play with me? Don't play with me, that's the only thing I love. I love, 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 love. I love, I love, 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 love.
As much as I like that chorus, all right? The majority of the chorus is him just saying I love over and over again. But the way he goes into it is really nice. Still, the song opening takes away from it for me. And it does not do a great job really describing anything that he loves that he should love. Like, like I said, it seems to it comes across mostly as him just saying, you know, he love his haters. You know, that's what it is, and that's cool. But it's a sentiment I've heard from a lot of artists over the years. The bars in it are solid. They're not as hard as bars. He had some harder bars on the album altogether. But that's solid. It's not a bad song, but I still only would give it a 3.5. Like I said, I feel like it's the weakest song on the album. Alright, so I am going to go on to the next song. I feel like you guys basically got the gist of that one. His next set of bars aren't too much harder than that first set. They more or less repeating some of the same things in a different manner, but he isn't talking about anything unique or different from that first set of bars that he was speaking on. So let's go ahead. The next song is probably the one that I'm sure anybody watching this video or who've heard of Joyner Lucas within the last year, 2 years, has heard. The song is called Devil's Work. It kind of blew up. You know, every now and then Joyner puts out a song like every year, every other year. That's just like bigger than anything else he puts out. And Devil Work was that for him about a year and a half ago. You know, it's actually a really good song. The only thing is I wouldn't count it as a song. There's no hook to it. Like, it's more like spoken word. Then he threw music on and he kind of flowed the words to the beat. But it comes across more like a poem than a song to me.
I'm staring at this Bible as I keep glancing. Dear Lord, I got questions and I need answers. Trying to understand your vision, all I see is damage. Just a bunch of dead bodies in the street camping. A bunch of lost souls on their feet standing. We supposed to be your children, I thought we family. You supposed to be my father, bro, I need answers. We don't need to die young, we just need chances.
Now, straight off the bat, the premise of the song is mad solid. This is probably like one of my top 5 songs on the album. But the premise is incredible. It's basically him just going, yo, why do we lose these people? But then we keep these people around. Like, why do you choose the people you choose to take? It's like he's questioning God without questioning God. He's just saying he can't understand it. And it bothers him that he's not able to understand this portion of the plan, because he feels like, you know, you taking all the ones you should be letting us keep, and then you leaving us with pieces of, you feel.
Tired of living on the edge, so we keep scrambling. Trying to talk to these strippers, but they keep dancing. We just want to be number one like Steve Francis. Bow our heads, saying praying out of seeds planted. Everywhere I turn, I'm seeing MCs vanish. A lot of good niggas gone, I don't understand it. A lot of families lost and they seeds stranded. I ain't trying to disrespect you, I just need answers. I know you're watching us from heaven thinking who to say. Cherry picking who should go next and who should stay. I'd be on my way to heaven if I knew the way.
Last bar, I'll be on my way to heaven if I knew the way, is something I know for a fact a lot of people share their opinion of. I hear people who have lost loved ones all the time say things like that. I personally haven't lost anybody that has made me feel that way. I've lost loved ones, but nobody's ever made me feel like, yo, I want to go, if I could, I'd go get them back. I feel like, you know, you ain't here no more. You know, you good to go, because, you know, you get tired of it sometimes.
And bring back every good nigga you choose to take. They say you're never wrong, but you done made a few mistakes. Cause you taking the wrong niggas, maybe you should trade. Trade us back all the real ones, remove the fakes. I think you should trade. Give us Tupac back and say that nigga should. Let the legend resurrect that he gon' live for good. I've been screaming thug life in every different hood. If only you can bring it back, Lord, I wish you would. Give us Biggie, give us Pun, give us Triple X. Take that nigga Trump with you, that's a bigger threat.
I ain't got to describe none of them bars. I'm just pausing it, you know, for the copyright. Just trying to be a little slick. Now, I do like those bars. My favorite bar is really that opening one where he's like, yo, give us Pac back, take that nigga Suge. Pac was doing great things. Suge Knight is currently in jail. I believe from when he ran that dude over with his truck. I think he's still locked up because of that. Because he rolled that man over. I think he killed him. Not 100% sure, but he definitely ran Buddy over on purpose. Suge is a terrible person. Like Suge shouldn't be it.
There's too much power for a coward with no intellect. That's a bigger with a collar, there's a disconnect. Niggas dying, mama crying, grabbing needed tissue. Niggas shooting up a church, now I need a pistol. All them niggas still living, you don't see the issue. But how you take a leader, then you take a leader with you. I ain't trying to disrespect, just need a meal with you. I ain't trying to overstep, just want to reason with you. Give us back our love, wasn't take the evil with you. Send them sucking straight to hell, they don't need a vision. I need you to give us back Martin Luther. Take Martin Scrally, give us back Malcolm. Take R. Kelly, R.I.P. Lil.
That bar's nasty. Give us back Malcolm and take R. Kelly. Hey, man, Kels did what he did. I ain't here to talk about that one, but that bar to me was nasty because he was like, yo, you left us with a little pedophile buddy, but you took Malcolm, one of the leaders. I see what he's saying. But at the very least, he should be asking for people from the same generation. In my opinion, like, you want him to come take R. Kelly and drop Malcolm X back? Malcolm X ain't from this time, man. He'd be confused.
Get that boy's life back. Take Eric Holder. Give us the Eric right back. I'm sending you this message, Lord. I hope you hit me right back. They say I'm on the wrong train. I know I'm on the right track. Cause Trayvon gone and only did was try to fight back. Zimmerman walk around free. We don't like that. Why you...
Alright, so I ain't gonna play the rest of that song. We're 2 minutes into that song. Like I said, no hook, no chorus. It's just a straight flow through. As you see, that's why I said I feel like that's more a poem that he wrote out. Somebody had a hot beat and he just hopped up on it. Was like, yo, I think this will go well with this. Because it doesn't feel like a song. It's just a poem he raps. And if you're a fan of Pac like I am, Pac said rap is just rhythm and poetry. So it makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and look at the next song. Let me put it back up. So the next song is Lotto. I like Lotto. Lotto, I feel like is one of the hottest songs on the album too. So we're going to go ahead and give it a listen. I think it has the best beat
It's
on the
my
album.
birthday, I'm about to get lit. Might blow a bag on a drip. Make it all back on a quick flip. Ayy, I just need cake and a thick bitch. Ayy, I ain't have much, just a wish list. Got a broke nigga doing big shit. I got the gun locked loaded, I'm ignorant. So keep one eye open like Slick Rick. I got the trick game nigga on the big man. Switch lanes on him, hit the mid-range. Keep the big strap on me like a hitman. And go click clack, willow while a big man. I ain't never been shit, ain't shit changed. A niggas get lame when you get fame. Can't sleep at night till I get brains. Got a mean ass pipe in a dick game. I got a bitch on my soul. I got a chip on my shoulder. You gotta live with your karma. And if you get hurt, then you got what you supposed to. I got hitters all over. Told them this is all over. I take the kids on drugs, a lot of them on love, and get them all sober. I got a little check that I cashed out, ayy. Credit card maxed out, ayy. I get lit and I act out, ayy. I didn't want to do it, but I blacked out, ayy. They say I need to be safe. I think I need to be straight. Fix your vibes, you need to be late. You just need God or you need to be mates. I left my bitch, nigga, we just need space. I got gunners like Chris, like me.
So like I said, you can hear it. Beat is fire. The flow is wonderful. The bars he's popping out are great. Was gonna do 5 off the album today. I'm only gonna do 4. Video's already run along, so this is the 4th one for today. This is track number 8. We're not gonna play the whole thing. I'm gonna take it about halfway through, and then we're gonna let it go. I want y'all to get the chorus, because the hook for this is fire to me. Music is subjective, but to me, possibly, if not the best hook, is top 3 definitely on the whole album.
I got brothers like Tip, like Weezy. I got stunners like Wayne, like BG. I got a hood bitch all about the brand, and she only give me head cause the band too speedy. I'm too smart for a hoe, try G. genie. A bitch would be dumb if she ever try to leave me. What? Say, 1, 2, 3, 4, moreno, gringo, hembra, vato, gangsters, hustlers, killers, follow, runner, villains, nigga, lotto. I just hit the fucking lotto. I just hit the fucking lotto. Say, 1, 2, 3, 4, moreno, gringo, hembra, vato, gangsters, hustlers, killers, follow, runner, villains, nigga, lotto. I just hit the fucking lotto. I just hit the fucking lotto. Why do I feel like missing? Ooh.
So that's basically about the halfway point of that. It's about 1:52 in and 1:58 left on that song. So I'm gonna let it end there. Let me know what y'all think so far. Like I like this album. I think it's better, not than his last album, but it's better than the album before. I think the last album was a little tighter, had a little bit more of Christmas to it. But I do like this album. It's remarkable to me. I do feel like after the 2-year wait, he made it worth the wait, but he definitely was doing pulling the waiting game a little too much for me. Like if the album did not come out before the summer, it was gonna dampen the album for me, because you've been talking about ADHD for like you said in your own skit, man, like 2 years, almost 2 years, if not 2 years, maybe even a little over 2. So like, it's glad that the album finally dropped. Like I said, that was track number 8, Lotto. So, you know, part 3 is actually going to start with another skit. That skit is going to be number 9. That skit is called Kevin. That has Kevin Hart. So there's a total of 10 tracks left. We're at 8. So next episode of this, I'm going to go ahead and try to drop 5 in there. So it should be 4 songs plus that skit. That should get us to 13, which is another really, really fire song on the album. So until then, welcome back to the kingdom. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm out.